And why was he speaking to her? "My prince," she stammered, quickly bowing her head. "Forgive me, I didn't." "No need to apologize," Emeka interrupted gently, a small smile playing on his lips. "I saw you from the path and thought I'd say hello." "Why are you out here alone?" Amina hesitated. Should she tell him the truth? That her stepmother had sent her away to keep her from meeting him? I came to fetch water," she finally said. "It's my duty." The prince studied her for a moment. There was something about her. An honesty. A simplicity. That he hadn't seen in the other girls who had thrown themselves at him in other villages. "What is your name?" he asked. "Amina," she replied, her voice barely above a whisper. "Amina," he repeated, as if testing the name on his tongue. "It suits you." Before Amina could respond, a loud commotion from the village square echoed through the air. Prince Emeka turned his head briefly but didn't seem in a hurry to leave. "Will you be at the square later?" he asked, his gaze returning to her. Amina's cheeks flushed. I don't think so, my prince." The village buzzed with stories of Prince Emeka's visit long after he had left the square. Women gossiped in the market, young men debated his character, and the maidens who had gathered to meet him recounted every glance and word with eager embellishment. But none of them knew about the prince's encounter at the stream. In the small compound where Amina lived, Madame Ngozi and her two daughters, Bola and Chinyere, were bursting with excitement. They had seen the prince up close and were convinced he had noticed them. "He looked right at me when he dismounted his horse," Bola bragged, twirling a strand of her beaded hair. "Nonsense," Chinyere interjected. "He smiled at me when I greeted him." "You were standing too far back for him to notice you." Amina listened quietly from the corner, where she was grinding pepper. Her stepmother had given her a mountain of chores to complete as usual. She tried to focus on her work, but her thoughts kept drifting back to the prince. His kind eyes, his gentle smile, the way he had said her name, it all felt like a dream. Madame Ngozi's sharp voice broke her reverie. "Amina, stop daydreaming and finish your work. We need to prepare for tomorrow. The prince may visit again." "Yes, stepmother," Amina replied, lowering her head to hide her emotions. Meanwhile at the palace, Prince Emeka was deep in thought. His advisors and attendants surrounded him, discussing the day's events and the women he had met. But Emeka barely listened. His mind kept returning to the girl at the stream. There had been something genuine about her, something that stood out from the polished smiles and practiced curtsies of the other maidens. "Your Highness," his chief advisor said, breaking through his thoughts. "Have you made any decisions about the women you met today?" Emeka shook his head. "Not yet. I need more time." The advisor nodded, though he seemed slightly frustrated. "Very well, Your Highness. We will continue to visit other villages as planned." The prince nodded absent-mindedly, but his heart wasn't in it. He resolved to return to Ikede before leaving for the next village. He wanted to see Amina again, to learn more about her.